Martin, I was just thinking,
Yeah.
there are people already before you and I have said a thing where you're deciding whether you're going to keep watching this or not. So I want to help you. Don't watch this unless you actually are searching for something that you long for deep down and you haven't ever found, or you want more of what you're searching for. So Martin, let's just have a chat about that.
Yeah.
You personally
Yeah.
have had a search for stuff in your life, haven't you?
Yeah, I think as humans, as people, we tend to look for things when I guess when life's not going too great, and
Yep.
yeah, it forces you to kind of look into what's going on, where you're headed, where you've been, and so there's always this search that happens, and depending on where you are in life, your search might look different to others.
Yeah, and I guess the thing is about nobody, no smart person actually searches for something that you already have. We're always looking for something we don't have.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this, and I think what we search for as humans is what we have lost, and we lost control. Back in the garden, the capacity to control our world, our own life. Like when you look at people marching in the streets of Melbourne,
Yeah.
they're trying to have impact on the Middle East and bring peace.
Yeah.
They can't do it. It's not possible. Governments don't have answers.
Yeah.
But we're searching for something. We're critical of governments and leaders, but our world cannot give us what we're actually searching for. And Jesus told this story. And do you know that story of a hidden treasure?
Yeah.
Do you know how that story goes?
Not in
Detail.
detail,
You've
but
got mozzies here, Martin.
yeah.
Mozzies in your backyard.
Yeah, not in great detail, but
Okay,
tell me a bit about it.
Well, very simply, a bloke finds a hidden treasure.
Yeah.
And when he finds it, he buries it again.
Yeah.
And then he goes and buys the property that this treasure is on, and he sells everything he has. He sells his Ford Ranger. He sells his business. He sells his house.
Yeah.
His gym membership. He sells everything to have this one thing. And in this story Jesus told, Jesus is telling us that everything we're looking for is just in one place. We search all over the place
Yeah.
for all sorts of things. But Jesus is telling us there's one thing we're searching for, and it's not religion. In fact, nobody, I don't think, searches for religion. Religion promises us this utopia, this wonderful, wonderful world, but you've got to be dead to get there. So that's not much fun.
No.
And so what Jesus brought is not a religion, it's a culture, it's a kingdom from another world.
Yeah.
It's a culture of heaven. And he said we could have it now. Has that been something that you've experienced in your life, that kingdom culture in your life?
Yeah, I think in the searching and I think as you mature as a follower of Jesus, you come to understand the kingdom and you come to understand that that's what we're called to do, is to bring the kingdom of God to earth.
Yeah. Jesus didn't say that we can have it one day. He said it's now.
Yeah.
It's available now.
Yeah.
And it actually gives you authority. It gives you control back. But you come under a king, a benevolent king.
Yeah.
It's not just in your own strength. It's in his strength.
Yeah.
And like, this is your backyard, right? And I love all your trees, and it's just it's fantastic. My backyard's a paddock, and I can chuck a cow in my back paddock. You can't chuck a cow in here,
No.
right? And in my back paddock, if I put a cow with enough food and water,
Yeah.
what's going to happen? It's going to thrive.
Yeah.
But you can take a human being, and you can give them all the food and all the water and the shelter, and every single day in Australia, tragically, one young Australian will take their own life because they cannot find an answer to the search.
Yeah.
And so Jesus said, yes, we have needs. And our world scrambles to get our needs met.
Yeah.
Like when you look at the chase for money, what's behind the chase for money?
needs,
Yeah.
rent,
Control.
electricity. Yeah,
If you have enough money, in a sense, you're getting control. But if you talk to James Packer, even no matter how much money you have,
yeah,
you cannot control certain things.
yeah. Wow.
And so Jesus is saying needs is not the big issue.
Yeah,
It's where our search goes. And he wants us to discover that this kingdom culture, this engagement with the God that made us, when we can get that as our highest priority, as this hidden treasure, then our needs, they seek us out.
Yeah.
We're not having to seek them.
yeah.
It's really quite different to the way our world works.
It is. The kingdom of God is quite opposite in that way.
It
in
is.
that in the search, we're searching for something to look for control, and then when the kingdom of God is here, and when we've found what we're searching for, we actually come under that
Kingship.
kingship,
Yeah,
and
we
it's
do.
not about control anymore.
No.
Yeah.
It's like God is this benevolent king who passes on his authority to us.
Yeah.
And wants us to function where we have rulership and ownership and authority over our world, right, over our lives.
Yeah.
So the reason we had this little conversation is because there's no Red Gum Church on today.
Nope.
We're all up the bush camping.
Yeah.
And
Angus Vale.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Angus Vale. And so I wanted those online to know that we actually really care about you, and this is for you. I don't want you to just get left behind because we've all gone away.
Yeah.
So we really value you. We appreciate you. And I know that the reason you do watch is because you are wanting something more. And everything we do in the life of Red Gum is trying to establish the culture, the kingdom of heaven
Yeah.
here in our world, in our lives, in a community of people. And we're just so thankful and appreciate these mozzies. Can I hit some mozzies,
They're
right?
They're paid actors.
Oh, they're sucking the blood out of me, life out of me.
Well, yeah, we'll be back Red Gum Church next week.
Yes.
Same place, same time.
Yep, thank you. See ya.